reset me hit dice anyway.
Yeah, go on, Jim.
So, yeah, my thought being is we've just unleashed or helped one evil thing that we know is definitely evil and wants knowledge, and then we've just shown him where some incredibly powerful knowledge is. So how do we stop that evil thing getting this incredibly powerful knowledge?
I think the lich stops him because the lich is far more powerful.
Well, exactly. But what I mean is, how do we convince your two characters that that's the right thing to do?
Looking at how angry he got when I mentioned the door, I have a feeling he doesn't need his memory back to fuck a demon up. I think when he gets angry, by the look of his, he has full access to his spells and just goes into autopilot. Is the hint I got from Dave when I started asking questions, and he told me I was very lucky.
Right.
You were lucky. What I'll give you, in fact, just give me an insight check, and I'll tell you.
Pick one of my good stats, why don't you? Oh no, that's got a positive and a natural 20.
And a natural 20. Right. So what you were getting from that is you were rolling, I believe you were rolling deception. Yes, I can see it now. You rolled 12 deception. And forgive me for metagaming. He rolled 11 insight. So he believed your deception. You suspect with your natural 20 that if you hadn't, then yes, he would have kicked off because something behind that door, very sacred and secret to him. Wonder what that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it would work all that out. But
yeah. But everything so far that you've learned from Exathanta is that he's there to share knowledge. He's told you as much.
And he sounds like no coward.
Yeah.
That's got to be plus in my book.
Yes.
So what Jim's on about is the discovery of the Arcana Loft.
We've shown him the fucking library of immense of this Lich's library of spells.
Big-faced fox man, isn't it?
Yeah. So actually, just ask the Lich. We'll tell him. I mean, I don't know if the Lich won't be aware that there's an Arcana Loft about, will he?
And as soon as you stop talking, I imagine he'll also forget what you've just told him.
Well, because that's the thing. How does this
conversation
Arcanoloth gain the knowledge? Will it show its? Because can't it go invisible or disappear? So how does it show itself gaining the book? And does that happen in a time frame that is enough for the Lich to know that that's happened and then respond before it goes invisible again, while he's still geriatric Lich? Whereas if he actually is full Lich and takes the spell book with him and has it on his person, it's going to be very hard for that.
It's not a spell book that's in the cupboard. The spell book's in front of him. In the cupboard is likely his phylactery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I'm talking about the spell book. Are you suggesting he wants to take the phylactery, not the spell book?
Just to recap, you've all got map tools working. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna nick you to my view. This room that most of you can be wherever you want until something kicks off. This room in here, all of these shelves, and these shelves are 20 feet high. All of them have books in. All of these books that when the Arcanoloth read through, I've forgotten his name, what he was pretending to be. He was telling you that there were spells in them. All of them appear to be spell books in this room. Exathanta's spell book is on this book. So you've got a whole room full of spell books here, and then Exathanta's personal book here.
So can he not remember that he just met us? So he's going to constantly be saying,
no.
Morning.
Every time you spent you're more than 2 minutes in conversation with you, and he'll turn around and just go blank all of a sudden and say, "Oh, hello. Do I know you?" Except slightly more no coward than that.
Yeah. I can't see any option except give him his memories back. So what we'll need to do then is I can telepathically say to Ted and Jim, look, these two aren't going to be up for this. If you're down with it, we'll cause a distraction somehow, and Fester can do it.
Nik also would want to definitely rule out that this lich had anything to do with the attack on his mother, which was probably about 5 years ago. The scroll that says "Read me" is that definitely older than 5 years?
What kind of check? What kind of check we're going to need for that?
Just
yeah, you know what? Just by the ink's faded. In fact, I'm going to go further than that. Inside, because it was sealed, this book hasn't been opened for longer than 5 years, and this page was inside there. So the page is relatively clean, except for the corners that have gone frayed where there's dust and cobwebs.
That's the first thing Nik needed to confirm, that this wasn't part of a fully functional.
Yeah.
It's a real bother.
Are we giving him his memories back?
I think it's the only way, because he's not going to be any.
I think so too, but I'm
in
not
any
the
way
wisest.
without them, and he does appear to be helpful. He certainly doesn't appear as dangerous as the Arcanoloth, and I think he might be interested in it not stealing his books.
Can we not ask him about that in the space of 2 minutes before we take this any further?
Yeah, that's a really good.
Let's try and cover our 2 minute basis first before unleashing madness.
Well, ask away, because
that's coming from me, and I want to set fire to most things.
I'll ask the Lich then. I'll ask him if he knows what an Arcanoloth is, and does he know there's one that's after his books in the other room.
Okay, interesting. Let's have a roll for him then.
Be like, the room.
He'll say, Arcanoloth, yes. Yugoloth from Gehenna. Surely not. My room? No, I'd have spotted him.
No, next door, where we came in from. In there. He was disguised as an old man.
Do I know you?
Oh, bugger. Yes, you do. Okay, that's that. Anybody else got any?
And he'll say, I'm gonna role play a little bit as Exathata then. He'll say, "Oh, hello. Are you here for some knowledge? What would you like to know? I have all of this." Oh, where's your god? And then, "Oh, hello. Do I know you?"
Yeah, I can see frustration building in any other way. What shall we do? Shall we go ahead and give him his memories back?
Certainly not.
Can I tell? Can I tell you an unprofessional story? I once had a lady with Alzheimer's in the back of the ambulance, and it was a long trip to get to hospital. On the 8th time, she asked me, "Are you married?" I went, "Yeah, I've got 8 wives. 3 of them are called Doris. 2 of them I keep in a cupboard." And that's fortunately 2 minutes later. So, "Oh, are you married?" I'll never do that again. That was horrible. I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to get letters. I'm going to get complaints. Yeah, sorry, where were you?
So, it would appear geriatric lich is no match to prevent theft of the information. So,
I know that I don't know exactly how powerful the Arcanoloth is, but I know that they're particularly nasty.
So I
it's not
can
something
be
that
invisible.
we fight on our own.
Don't think that's going to help.
I can.
I look through the Lich's book. Does it have true sight?
You
sent us its list.
would
You sent us a list. We looked through it.
Yeah. Well, the Lich You would be relatively sure that the Lich himself has true sight.
Okay.
Does JMO's Panini sticker book tell us anything about the Lich?
This specific one, no, but Liches in general, it tells you a great deal about the phylacteries, everything that you guys would know. Everything that you've already discussed, but nothing
All
else.
my point
And the
is,
Lich would likely have true sight.
Dan, yes, he can see me, but because I am unheard and unseen, if I appear behind him while he is geriatric, he's unlikely to sense my presence. So how does, in my head, maybe I'm completely wrong, but what I'm saying is I want a resolution, and I see that this other thing can only be stopped by a non-geriatric lich. Am I wrong?
I don't
I mean,
think you are.
you're asking the character that doesn't want it done under any circumstance. That's the issue. You're asking if you should. You're asking Nick if you should go
Okay,
invisible.
can I ask anybody that will answer me the question? The group.
I think if you're going to try and steal something from him by going invisible,
I
even in his
don't
2
think
minutes,
it will be a
he's
good
going to
idea.
slap you about.
Yeah, because that's how many combat rounds is that?
Not me personally. I was just putting it as a scenario to suggest that it can happen because he doesn't know what's going on. He's forgetting everything. If this evil fiend is clearly more capable at playing Dungeons and Dragons than I am and knows more than I do, I'm sure he can fucking steal a book. That's my point. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Discuss.
Oh, bless you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. That makes perfect sense. I imagine it. Imagine the Lich has got true sight. He'd know what it was, but then
Yeah, I in my head, this is with seeing the spells in his book. I think that no matter how big that demon is, it's got a very hard time in. So if it's invisible, he sees it. If it tries to teleport, he has counterspell. And then Finger of Death.
And you think he's capable of casting spells in his current state, and to get that level of agitation?
Potentially, you saw
work
how
those
agitated he
things
got with
out.
me before I
Yeah,
lied.
but you directly were in his sight, directly doing something that he specifically asked you not to do, and he was
As
seeing
opposed
you.
to stealing his book.
okay. Well,
Well, yeah, but can you not trick somebody that doesn't have a sound mind, particularly if that is
broke up
your
then.
job?
I think he could, and I think we should give the. But we know that Jarek and Nick aren't going to agree, so we'll just distract. So we'll just distract them and get Fest. You know, do it on the sly. They need know nothing.
What are you thinking of doing?
Me and Jim will think up some pathetic distraction to get these two in the other room, whilst you give the Lich his memories back.
But I don't think that's going to work as a group, because we are collectively came together from Kryn. Did we come from Kryn?
We did. Me and you
two
did.
Yeah. Yeah, so if we were to act on our own, okay, yeah, Ted's going to be involved, but the two lawful good characters are not going to like what we've done a lot and could potentially part company with us.
Have we
It
asked
helped
Casimir
on
if he
chaotic
wants
neutral.
to
Weigh in.
yeah.
Yeah, ask the wizard if he wants to weigh in.
Yeah, Casimir's all for it. He is, from what he's deduced so far, the Oconoloth is a threat. If
Gets me some poontang.
all right, Mark, he'll say that he's here for knowledge. The only way he's going to find the knowledge that he wants is through the Lich, he believes. And the only way to do that is to give him his memories back. And he'll also say to Nick, if you recall, our deal for that sword is for you to assist me.
Hold the sword up And I ask the sword what it thinks. Is it
Wicked.
sentient?
Yes, it is, Sam. I'm now going to very quickly.
I believe it only communicates through emotion.
It does, mate.
Not emojis like Rory's new
Oh
one.
no, sorry, yeah, no, it is. It just
They
communicates
only
through
communicate
emojis.
using
Oh, that's
emojis.
your one. Yes. Your
That's how they've
campaign where we
numbered the
have to
sentient sword in
communicate
my
with
game. I've got to use emojis to convert to talk with it now.
Do you know that I've got the Planescape, the Dabus, who are the Lady of Pain's followers, following around her at Sigil. That's how they communicate. They literally pop up emojis.
I know,
These...
but it became a running joke instantly, so now I've got to work out how to talk in emojis when I've got to convey serious messages with the sword.
So you're asking the Sun Sword, what does it think? From this Sun Sword, you get the emotion of so when it's easier to say if you think, is this a good idea, you get peace, and you think if this is a bad idea, you get frustration.
implying that the bad idea is not what the sword wants. It wants the lich released.
That's
Yes.
what I think to it.
The sword wants it. I've got to go and sit in a corner and have a silent contemplation and ask say Loom, but keep my mind open to, let Shah weigh in.
So, in
I will
theory,
take myself off into a different room.
yeah,
Have a little sit down.
thank you for that.
Have-
How do
have a
we
little
now
pray.
bring the cleric round to do? Okay, so you've already agreed as long as you're not the one doing it, haven't you?
No, I agreed if the entire party's in agreement and I'm not the one doing it.
Yeah,
So
well,
we
that's,
are in
that's,
now.
that's all the rest
Jarek,
of us are
Jarek
now
is against it, but he will relent on a party decision.
right.
Yeah, so presumably Nick's going to come back after some contemplation and actually say, okay, fucking hate this idea, but let's go with it.
Yeah. I think having Casimir lean into it's helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jarek will express, he is very much against this, but it is a party decision.
Yeah.
He accepts when he's outvoted.
Yeah.
So when Nick comes back, then let's talk about how we're actually going to do it and who's going to give him his memory back.
Well, Festa's got the best chance because it will require a check because it's above our level. So Festa, even between me and Festa has more chance of casting than I do anyway.
Okay.
Let's get
How many scrolls did you say there were there? Was there just the one?
The one scroll, 2 spells.
And someone wants to
Oh, it's not
guide
the same
him.
on this one scroll.
Yeah.
There's 2 spells of greater restoration on the 1 scroll.
So it's a 2-use scroll.
Yeah.
Do we need to work out our positioning should the shits immediately hit the fan, which
Probably.
the probability is quite high?
Have selected my position.
Gaming-wise, I think the probability is very low, to be honest. I think this is how it's meant to go down. But character-wise, we would want to be on ready to throw down the moment things went
So
wrong.
just say we'll be in the other room, ready to run in and back up.
No. You're all in the room. It's your idea. You're all in the room.
Oh yeah, I don't mind being in the room.
I know Nick's taking his position.
You don't get out of it like that.
Yeah.
You get your
I'm
ass in this
gonna be in
room now.
I'll stand next to the lich. I have no problem.
I would say that's the thing. I take it I can cast it from a distance, can't I?
I think it's touch.
Yeah.
Well,
got
of
to-
course it is.
You don't. It doesn't say where you've got to touch him. That's down to you.
Tactically, would
Don't
it be
touch the PC.
acceptable if I was at the door with my back to the room with my spider sensors sort of tingling?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because you're watching the other way, so we don't get surprised from behind.
Wouldn't you want to be here so you can watch if anything comes around the corner, but you can
Yeah,
still see the
That'd
lich?
be the best. Where Adam's point would probably be a really good place.
Have people got the other 2
Yeah.
secret doors?
Well, we're
Yeah.
all in there. We can
We
all
haven't
see
even gotten them. The top one's the phalanx.
Yeah,
and
don't
the
go near that
bottom
one.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't want
He
to.
doesn't like that.
No.
Yeah, and
That'll
the
cause
bottom
power
one
word
we
kill. Well, we don't
And
want
has your god said yes or no?
I don't know. How's my gods?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Your Shah's well aboard. you don't even have to ask. But your sort of your split personality nature is both leaning towards yes.
Okay, I go back into the room.
Yeah.
It's-
Let's do it then. We've got everyone. We know where everyone else is.
Where are you standing, Dan? Currently, it's on top of Rokkr, or vice versa.
Underneath Rokkr because he can climb. There seems
Where am
safe.
I?
Spider Jim. Spider Jim. Where's Flesh going?
Flesh
Probably everywhere.
is going to tuck in there and urinate.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, if you urinates on the floor, you'll be able to see if the Arcaloth walks through it.
Yes, celestial urine. It's got a magical property of sea Arcaloth.
Is there anything that we can do to assist Fester in casting the Greater Restoration?
One guided.
What does he have to make? Is it an ability check?
It's a check, I believe. Dan, I'm looking to you for my rules.
Inspiration.
It's a DC check. Is it? What's the spell level?
It's DC 15 because it's level 5.
Yeah.
Can I give him a D4 then?
Yeah,
If
I
it's
believe so.
Yeah.
Is that right, Dan?
Right, I'll give it
Advantage on it. Yes, it's DC 15 if it's a level 5. It's 10 plus the spell level.
I've got inspiration as well.
Also, you could use your inspiration to give yourself advantage. And the
be honest,
guidance.
then you double the dice.
It's not a bad shout to do so because we've got a 2-use scroll. I assume in case we fail
We
the
can
first
keep
one.
one of them.
We can keep one, and Great Restoration is a fantastic spell to have as a backup at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. Can I give myself guidance?
You can only have it once from wherever it comes from. So
Okay. So I'll use my inspiration. Someone else can give me guidance.
I said I'll do that.
Jarek's abstaining from helping.
So this is your spell modifier is plus, I want to say 4? 5.
Sounds
Where
right.
am I looking for that?
Plus 5. My shield and sword are out.
Where am I looking for spell modifier, Dave?
It's your wisdom modifier, which is plus 5 for you, isn't it? So in fact, you can just.
The extra... I've not had that scroll yet, have I? Because that would have put me up again, wouldn't it?
No, we won't get that until we leave here.
Yeah.
So if it makes it easier, click your wisdom modifier. That can be your roll, and you could add a d4 to it if necessary, twice because you're rolling.
Before he rolls.
Oh yeah, sorry, Jim's got something.
So I have got inspiration, but I was going to say Druid craft, so I can create a sensory effect. Can that actually, a placebo, help him cast a spell? If
Not
I
really.
put him in a sense of calm state,
That's
in
more of a guidance
nature
thing, mate. Yeah, that's specifically another cantrip. I like where you're coming from.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I like it, Jim.
I was just thinking a buff, whether it'd work or not. But did you want my inspiration?
I've got inspiration.
Oh, so wicked. We're ready to go then, aren't we? If you're spending your inspiration, you're getting a D4. We know what we're rolling. Fingers crossed.
Roll with advantage, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm getting a D4 on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfuckers.
Nice.
Why does that come out as...
Done. So
Did it.
As the spell washes over Exathanta, you can see the pinpoints of his eyes flare briefly as he scans the room and looks round, and he sees Fester there holding his hand out. Oh, you've got your hand on his arm, and he looks down at his arm and he looks.
Well, I'd asked him for a cup of tea.
Nice.
And as I've done it, as I've taken a cup of tea from him.
Okay, right. Make a deception roll just to see how successful that is.
Well, I'd asked him for the cup of tea. He was giving it me willingly.
I'm pretty sure the Lich doesn't have tea.
16. As he looks down where your hand's holding his his skeletal arm. He looks up and he says, "Of course, my boy." Snaps his finger, and a steaming pot of tea arrives on a plate. And he'll say, "Oh,
Snap Ted's fingers.
that does feel a whole world better. Thanks for that, gentlemen. I don't like the state that my brain goes into every 100 years or so."
I'll relate the
decent size.
Arcanoloth story again, Dave.
Yeah. So we'll say to the other, Arcanoloth. Well, we must be careful of our secrets against such a creature. But then again, if he does ask nicely, this is a repository of knowledge.
Can you tell me anything about Xanthras the Kingmaker and what bargain he may offer?
Oh,
and
yes,
where may-
Xanthras. Xanthras is one of the dark powers that is trapped here. I can give you the code to the door if you wish.
I was going to
You
be
wanna
my
come with
question.
us?
How do you open the doors?
'Cause we think you're pretty powerful. Would you like to come with us?
Unfortunately, in my current state, and he gestures to his robes and his body, he says, "If only there was a way to restore me second time, then maybe I could travel with you. But as it is, I'm afraid."
I'll just look at Fester with an eyebrow as, do we? do we not? I don't know. I'll be honest. I think you might be being cheeky, but then having a lich with us would be unstoppable.
If we have a lich with us, we're not fighting anything else in this dungeon. Or more accurately, nothing else is fighting us.
Oh, right, okay. I'll be over there then. So yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer, so putting it out to everyone. Do we do it again? Because as Adam said, it's a really nice spell to have in the background. But do we want a lich with us?
I mean, yes, because maybe if he's left on his own and the fiend comes over to him and says, "Can I have all this information?" He goes,
Yeah.
"Yes, you can."
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, at this point, is the lich in any, though his mind's back, is he any position to kind of defend or protect himself?
He's still a bit shriveled.
Yes, he'll say. If you're asking him directly, I assume you are.
Basically, I mean, this is Jarek's kind of only inception is we brought this guy back. Now, if we then abandon him and he can't look after himself because of the state that he's in, kind of feel a little bit responsible.
Okay. No, he'll say, "No, don't you worry about me. I mean, I'm here to relay knowledge, but that knowledge I can't defend. Be assured."
So
Right, less worried about leaving him now.
okay, so shall we just have
We
a wander?
can always
I'll ask
do
him I'll ask him for the
later.
door codes and make a note of them somehow.
Yeah. In terms of the door codes, you will not be able to remember them all, but we'll assume that you have them all.
Right. Well, sorry, Ted.
I take it he's not seen the scroll that I've read one off.
No, we'll assume that that's in. In fact, as he while he has a minute, as you're discussing things with himself, you'll see he sort of he searches through another drawer, and you can see that he pulls out a parchment and he starts to sit down and write an exact copy of the piece of paper that you were in possession of, as if he's going to create a new one. Yeah, for the next 500 years.
Every 100 years, we get a new scroll of greater restoration.
Great.
There's a business in this. I think we can retire at this point. We've got elves.
Go on, Jim.
Yeah, mate.
I'm thinking, should we ask him, is there anywhere other than the room that he's already specifically said we should not go into that he would take umbrage on us exploring?
Yeah, we don't want to upset him.
Secondly,
Presumably, he heard
does
you.
he have any other scrolls he could just write out for us that would greatly assist us on our guidance, on our quest for knowledge in this establishment, in this?
I look over at the lich, assuming he heard JMO ask.
Yeah, on me.
Yeah. Roll persuasion then, Jim. I like your moxie.
For some reason, I'm still holding his arm.
I assumed you'd be drinking tea by now.
How far does it go before it
Natural 20. Right. What he'll say to you is, as he looks over you, you can tell that he's. In fact, let me just see if I can make this. Yeah. So he does something that you've seen Strahd do when you had a sit-down meal with Strahd. Let me just get the actual specifics. Strahd, I can't find it. I'll not bore you with the details. But when you were talking to Strahd, he'd got a coin and he was flipping it through his fingers. Exapanta does exactly the same thing. And as he's doing it, he'll say, "You know what, my boy? I'm here to share knowledge with you. Through the use of this coin and the spell, I can detect people's thoughts. Would you allow me to briefly enter each of your consciousnesses, just the surface? I have no need to go any further. You don't need to let me in any further than just your surface thoughts, and I'll see if I can do something for you."
I'll be guinea pig if everybody wants to. I can understand why you might be. I'll say, yeah, try it on me, and if I'm fine.
As he's asked nicely, I don't feel like I can say no, because he would just do it anyway. So,
okay, so we'll say, because
see if I go down first, then if I'm all right.
All I'm going to say, Mark, is because Jim asked the question and Jim's just said that.
No problem.
Would Rokkr go first? Then? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'm thinking as he's asked me, and I'm sizing up him as like I can't stop you, and thank you for asking.
Okay.
No, if you're first, it was just in case just didn't want to see you get fried. But I mean, it's yeah, absolutely go for it.
Let me have a look through. He will. Spells Ranger. He will. He'll say yes, my boy, by all means, and he'll take you through to the other room where all of these spell books are. He'll take one down. He'll cast Mage Hand, and a book appears out of thin air, floats down, and he'll take a sheet of paper out of it, and he will give you a spell scroll of Lightning Arrow.
And
he'll say, "There you go, my boy. That should help you."
Thank him graciously for his information and help.
Yeah, so by all means. So he's still got this coin. Like I say, you've seen Strahd do this before, and you know now he's casting Detect Thought, and he'll do the same with Akxikas. And who's saying yes to this, by the way?
Oh, I certainly am, and I'll be thinking about what I can do to free my sister from the sort of whatever curse is.
Okay, Mark, wicked. Jarek.
Jarek's currently pondering. He's waiting to be asked at the end.
And Nick.
So he's reading surface thoughts.
Surface thoughts, yeah. Rokkr didn't seem to be affected. You've
got a nice thing.
So it's also on the surface thoughts.
The tea is very nice.
It'd almost be asking opinion of Strahd as well.
Okay, gotcha. Right, so we'll do it Akxikas and then Festa. So for Akxikas, he'll say, "Oh, my boy. Oh, now then, rituals. Rituals seem to be your thing." And he'll gesture. He'll gesture to all of the books, of which he'll give you the phrase that lets you look through every single spell in D&D 5e that you can, in theory, have access to as a ritual, because that's the only thing that you'd be able to do as a Sorlock, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be within the spell level. Can't be more than half my level.
Yep.
But oh yeah, that's amazing.
And he'll say to you, "Oh, and the just ask for the ink, and I'll make sure that's supplied, because us ritual casters, we do like to have our fancy ink, don't we?"
Thank you so much, with genuine gratitude and gladness.
And in terms of Morrigan, he will say, now then, there are devices. There used to be an ancient device, alignment change, something you put on your hat, but I don't think they exist anymore. There is a deck of cards, and if you pluck a specific card, that can change someone's alignment. But from what you've told me, it sounds like her powers have originated from this temple. Although obviously I don't remember a young lady, one-armed lady, arriving. If she's taken act with a dark power, then the only thing you can do is try and.
I don't know the exact nature of it. It just seems to be wherever this devil arm came from, she's not the same.
Okay, I'm going to give him another. Right, I'm going to say this to you. I'm just going to give him an Arcana check, and he rolled 38. So he says to he says yes, no. Remove the arm to regenerate. No, I don't think maybe that would work. But you're more likely to try and find this. The only thing I could think of is finding possibly a wish may work.
Easy then.
But this deck of cards may be your only option.
Right.
In the
Well,
meantime.
that's something to know. Thank you very much again.
Okay, so on to Fester, and he's looking through, and as he's sort of flicking his coin, he'll look at Fester and he'll say, "Ooh, wow! Hot, your mind burns, my son." As he's flicking the coin, and he will say, "Just a thing for you," and he will give you a spell scroll of Conjure Elemental, which is a 5th level spell specifically, and I'm sure you would anyway. It's specifically fire.
Oh no!
Thank you very much. Also, this tea is delightful. What is in it?
What would be in it? English breakfast. Yeah, it will actually say English breakfast, and you're there thinking, "What the fuck's English?"
Not heard of this. Yeah. But yeah,
It's
delightful.
Yeah, I know. I've gone a bit Terry Pratchett now, haven't I?
Extra cider blend.
It's from a very remote prime material. Yeah, they only have one god, and he's not real.
Brilliant.
So for Nick, then, you wanted to know. I've forgotten, Dad.
It was having the surface thoughts on his opinion on Strahd.
Right.
Or kind of has he taught anyone that trick?
He surface thoughts of Strahd. He will. As you're thinking about Strahd, he will say to you, "Oh, you know, dear Strahd, I don't think he's visited me for a while. Smashing, but plenty of potential."
Probably knew him when he was a lad.
He'll say, in response to that, he'll say, "Oh no, the temple was here before Strahd arrived. He got his powers from this temple. He returns every now and again to learn a new spell or a new trick, but this is the source of his undying powers."
So he got his. You've been here before. You were here before Strahd.
Oh yes, hundreds, thousands of years before Strahd. The temple has existed.
That's very interesting. Has this temple changed its realm of existence? Did it used to be somewhere else?
The whole land used to be somewhere else. Thanks to Strahd himself. He when he arrived and took the pact with the the dark powers. Such was the power of this pact that it sucked the whole realm into a demiplane. I'm sure you've discovered that we're in a little pocket of the Shadowfell, a demiplane of the Shadowfell.
Very interesting. No, he's brilliant. I will just say a little quick mind pulse to Jarek and say it's not, honestly, go for it, in for a penny and all that, and you'll get something beneficial. We all have.
Oh, not yet.
I missed.
Oh, except for
missed.
Nick, who's not
Nick.
had one yet.
For
Yeah.
that. Just gonna say, isn't Adam actually the only good character?
Good. No, Rokkr's good as well, isn't he? I think.
Yeah, I'm chaotic good.
I am chaotic neutral. I missed whatever the question was, so I'm just answering what I think it might have been.
Oh,
No, I was just querying the fact that I thought Adam was the only good character.
I get a scroll.
I'm the true top end of good.
I'm the
Yes.
bottom end of good.
Yeah. He will.
I'd say the bottom end of good, surely lawful evil, but
If Nick doesn't get a scroll, this is why he hates undead. Not fair.
You know what? I'm thinking handy for you, mate, because after you destroyed my Draco Lich, I'm not going to give you anything that hurts. You can have a spell scroll Zone of Truth. Might come in handy.
Fucking undead. Fucking undead. I say that in my mind. He probably still hears it.
Yeah, he smirks. I don't know what it'd sound like when a lich smirks, but that's the noise he makes.
In my mind.
Like crunch.
And as he's jingling this coin, he'll turn towards Jarek and he'll say, "And how about you, Miles?" Oh,
Well, I'm actually going to gesture to Casimir first.
okay. Casimir's will sort of bow to him, and Felamalad will hand him a spell scroll of Dispel Magic.
But he didn't say anything to him.
Casimir will ask where the power he seeks is, and Exathanta will tell him where it is. Bizarrely, if I remember rightly, it's in the room below where you were.
Okay.
So the one that it's relatively open, and there's
the
the
crate.
crates. Yeah.
The one down the spiral staircase behind us.
Yeah. I think it's there.
Oh, we didn't see anything down there other than the crates, so we didn't go
No.
down far enough to see it.
No. He will. Exathanta will say, the Guardians may still be active, but yes, able bodies such as yourself, I'm sure you'll not struggle. In my current edition, if only there was a way to restore me further, then I could be of more assistance to you. But
If only.
so to Jarek, he'll say, "Yes, my dear boy, can I interest you in a boon?"
I'm going to nod curtly.
Okay.
So I've got to say what's on the forefront of my mind, like everyone else, then, or
No. So he will. Might be handy. He will give you a spell scroll of Death Ward.
Now we know that what you call it got his powers from here. Do you think the Lich would tell us what powers he specifically does have and what are the best ways to counteract those powers? Or do we think he would object to us saying that we would like to cease his ability to gain any more knowledge by killing him? to the room. But anybody?
Sorry, hang on. I was just adding my spell scrolls before I forget.
If we're still doing
Yeah,
spell
I've got it.
scrolls, I'd have probably gone not to be unappreciative. However, my role in this party, I feel, is to protect my allies, and the one thing I cannot protect them from is death itself. Is there
At this
any way
point,
of?
I'm going to edge away from Nick before he gets incinerated. And I'm not wasting my Death Ward spell on him.
Hexadin will say, "Well, you're welcome to strike a pact with the Dark Powers. All you have to do is perfectly safe. If you approach any of the amber sarcophagus, lay a hand on. Similar to what I've done with my detect thoughts, you do not need to accept the bargain. The bargain will be presented for you, and you can just walk away. If you wish to protect your fellows, maybe you should accept one of the Dark Powers."
Which one is the question?
Well, we have to get on and explore to find out, won't you?
Alrighty
Go
then.
around with my
That's
hand outstretched, just stroking it.
very interesting.
I'm trying to work out how to call up the list of bloody ritual spells again.
If you go into your ritual caster mark, I think it will let you add another one. You're going to need to spend a bit of time.
Yeah, I've been looking through that.
I mean, now that you've got Hexadin on with you.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking it through, Mark. You can spend a bit of time doing this, but we need to figure out how long it takes to actually transcribe and what you'd want.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to bring up the. I'm failing horribly, so if you'll show me at some point, I've added one. I added Layman's Tiny Hut. I don't know why. It was obviously.
I've just added a 5th level scroll to my equipment.
Okay, dude. If you can, because you can change that and call it Conjure Elemental, I believe, just to remind yourself.
Rename it.
Right,
That's all I've done. I've added a 4th level and renamed it Death Ward just so I know what the hell it is. Then I had to go and look up Death Ward because I couldn't know what the spell was.
First me to delete. It's not under manage fees. That just lets you add.
Right. Go on to manage.
My characters.
Yeah. So manage your character, and it'll open up on class.
So is that edit? It's under edit, isn't it? So it opens up on class, indeed.
Yeah. So open up the class features on sorcerer.
Right.
And then go down to 2 choices: ability score improvement, 4th level.
Oh, hang on. Choose class. I must have gone wrong somewhere. I was on the class is just saying unless it's. Yeah, so I'm on. It says character level 8, milestone advancement. So it's sorcerer, and it was class features. Did you say?
Class features. Yeah. Open that up. Go down to ability score improvement. Open that up.
Ability score improvement. Yeah. Yeah, that's got ritual caster there.
That's it. So if you go down, there you
spell
go.
Details.
Choose a spell.
Brilliant.
So we'll say while you're having sort of this long rest and discussion, you can stick one of them in if you want, mate.
Fantastic.
And obviously you can come back as much as often as you want as time allows, which might be a problem for the rest of the party. But
God, yeah, there's some nice ones. I mean, I think for a start off, is it Tensor's floating disc? Anyone? Do you think that would be potentially handy?
Yeah, to cast your possibly, Mark, to cast your spell, Jim. it would be DC 13. You can't learn the spell scroll, but you can cast it from it.
Oh, I won't be able to.
Not his, mine.
Only wizards can learn it.
Yeah. But you could because you can't cast third level spells yet, can you?
No, level 9 apparently I can.
Yeah. So either save it until next level and then it's automatic, or it is a DC 13. So that will be your spellcast modifier,
So
which for you is...
I'll only be able to cast it once.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of everyone else has kind of got the same. I mean, yeah.
My understanding is I could take a spell to memory. I didn't realise it was.
Nick's still bitter that all he got was Zone of Truth.
He's gonna fucking pervert that some way, though.
Well, the thing is, the thing that gets me is he's reading the Sons of Truth with the light of his sun sword. He's still not happy. Look at his face. Right, chaps.
Yeah, so I've got a one-shot elemental, basically.
Yeah.
Is someone talking then? I missed. I hear Ted. Is Ted frozen or sitting very still?
Oh, Ted's frozen.
Oh, long jobs.
I thought that was just his drunk, happy face.
He's looking quite smug, to be honest.
He does. He looks content. What do we want to do then, chaps?
Yeah, well, I think we're going to. Well, it's up to everyone. But are we going to explore a little, see if we can find?
I'm going to smite that smug look off his face because he got summoned fire elemental.
Damn.
Did we get an answer on any places that we can't go? That was one of the other questions.
Okay, in terms of where you can't go, he did mention to you that the secret door, this is when he was still befuddled, he mentioned to you that the secret door to the south was full of skulls, and skulls will cascade over you, if you recall. He'll say, he'll say, no, you can go through there, but be aware that there are skulls. Oh, and there's also a treasure chest on the ceiling. It's very appealing. There's nothing in it. Don't bother with that.
Why is there a lot of skulls in the cupboard?
Well, people every now and again, they do try and take knowledge without asking.
And he keeps them all in there.
Oh, you've got to have a hobby, haven't you?
Fair enough.
I look over to Rokkr and give him the eyebrow look of "I told you so."
But in terms of anywhere else, no. The Guardians will be about, and I'm sure a place that dwells in darkness and mystery as this has attracted some unusual denizens. But no, you should be fine.
Right.
These Guardians, is there a way to not fight them? They sound like your Guardians. Is there a way for us to not kill them?
Yes, absolutely. If I was to accompany you, but in my current state, I'm afraid that would not be possible.
If we burn the resource spell, we get a lich to follow us around, basically.
Is unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway, chaps.
I need to go for a quick wee.
They don't want a lich backpack. Right.
Today he's using words like "we."
I know he's not playing it today, is he?
Boring.
So, being as we're here because of Casimir's quest, and we know his is down the spiral staircase, is that the next destination?
Be our final destination.
Yeah, but are you going to convince the guy that has got you to come on this quest that we've got to go and explore everything else? Now he knows exactly where he needs to go, and it's down the set of stairs in the other room.
I don't care. Let's do what you.
We're just thinking because that's the main quest, and otherwise you're carting someone around that's like, no, I want to go down there.
So I'm going to assume, if that's all right, that you're asking Casimir. Hi, Ted. Casimir will say, as long as I get what I'm here for. Oh, he almost went a bit Nell Cow then, didn't he? He said, as long as I get what I'm here for. Now I'm quite happy to explore with you. This sounds like, I mean, given what you guys want to do, you could do with as much power as possible. So the more information you have, I'll come with you. As long as I get
We're
to.
going anywhere then. Okay.
Hi. Yeah, you all froze.
From our perspective, it was you that froze.
He's frozen again.
I've not heard Ted.
Did
So
move
can I just not
ever
hear
so
him?
slightly.
So where do people want to go next, basically?
I think wherever we go, we get Fester to do the talking.
Do we need to make a plan in case that fiend thing pops up again on how we could going
I'm not quite
deal
sure
with
how we
it?
can plan. 'Cause, I mean, it most likely will probably, once we've vacated the book room, it in theory will spend a lot of time there because it's a knowledge hunter. So by common sense, it will be there. It's more the Lich's problem than ours, and he seems to think he can defend himself.
If it actively wants knowledge, we act stupid.
I mean, as we maybe uncover Amber Temple, actually get doors open to these Amber doors, that's probably when we're more likely to have an issue with it. But anywhere that we can walk into now is probably safe from being attacked by it. It's just, as I say, I think it's a good chance every time we come through this library room, there's a good chance we'll see a floating book flying around as he's running around with one invisible.
Right, okay, so it's not necessarily something that we need to.
But if you see a floating book, aim just below it and shoot.
Excellent. I
Or
do have
don't
a
if we
lightning
don't want
arrow.
combat.
That sounds reasonable, actually. I like. That's,
What?
that's
Aim
a
below the
good.
floating book.
If you see a floating book, aim below it and shoot it.
Good chance it's the fox. Or if the book's actually open and being read, aim literally just above it, because that should be a headshot. I trust Rokk's not going to pull that off.
Yeah. So I'm sure Ted won't mind if we start exploring without him. He'll catch up. Where do you want to go then?
Is Xanthus the Kingslayer close?
Yeah, did he say where the one Mark's looking for was?
Yeah, he'll say to you that he'll say, "Oh yes, last time I had a look for it, part of the northeast section had collapsed. So I'm afraid what you're going to have to do is go along the balcony to the south, through the double doors in the east, all the way north. There's a guardian at the north, but like I say, you shouldn't bother with. Onto the platform. The platform on the east, I think, is still intact. Through the doors, there's a secret door at the end, and down the steps."
So he said the wall had fallen through, and it's on the lower level.
Yeah. So, what?
Sorry, because I forgot, but obviously I've just flipped between the maps, and apparently last time we did poke our heads down the stairs here, and we saw a collapsed wall going through to an area that's roughly where you just described, isn't it? You go onto the other map.
Onto the other map. Yeah, pretty much. So it's there used to be a door here to go through, but that's now collapsed. So what you're going to have to do?
Oh, right, that collapse is on about, not this bit.
No. Well, that's collapsed as well, and you've already seen the Guardian there as well.
Right. Okay. That's fine. I thought he was describing a bit further up here than he was.
Gotcha. No. Well, I'm quite happy to take you to it because he's describing exactly where it is. So if you go on the map above,
yeah,
and then you pan right out. What I'll do, I'm going to steal everyone's view. What he's telling you to do is to go on the balcony here, through these doors, all the way north onto this platform. Through here, there's a secret door, and then you'll be able to go down.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we want to do Mark's first? As that's his big thing.
Well, can I ask if he can recommend? Because he mentioned to Nick that in order to protect his friends, he might want to accept a bargain. So which would you suggest? Something that would do that.
Oh, well, I mean, what I would suggest is have a look round. But there's all sorts. I mean, the Kingmaker. Well, there are powers in here that can give you the power to throw electricity, the power to throw disease, the power to fly, the power to summon hounds from the very depths of the Nine Hells. What I would suggest to you is discuss this in a convivial manner with all of the dog powers.
Okay, thank you. Right.
Dave.
So is that what we're going to do? Is that a decision?
Yes, Tim.
Right. I've missed a lot. Have we had a long rest?
No.
No.
No, short rest.
We haven't had a long rest. Okay, that's right. Can I ask the Lich? This teapot seems to be warm still. I've had it for quite a while. Still tastes quite nice. Hi, Dan. Can I take it with me, or can you give me a supply of some more?
Oh, it's incredible stuff, isn't it? English tea. I want a cup of tea myself now. Yes. Yes. I'll tell you what. It'll give you a bag of 20 tea bags.
Are they Yorkshire?
Also, you
PG.
seem to be able
I'm
to
not interested.
conjure things from different realms. Are you able to send things the other way?
Oh, I'm afraid not. Now that we're trapped in the demi
Where
plane.
was that going, Ted?
I just thought I'd ask.
Well done, Ted.
Where was that going?
That was
Thank you
good.
very much.
Yeah. No, now that we're trapped here, but then again, we're trapped with all of this power and this knowledge. What more could you want?
And this tea.
And
Less
English tea.
vampires.
Revivify.
So, Mark's door first, or Casimir's door first, or one of the generics? That's the vote.
So were we not taking a long rest? I thought that was that a rumour?
No?
I don't think we were ever having a long rest, were we?
I'd heard it mentioned. I mean, I know
It was only
Yeah,
mentioned when
a couple of times.
Dave was trying to sort Mark's stuff out.
Did you take one, Mark?
No. I didn't need to take a long rest. I figured it out.
No,
Well,
what's it?
Yeah, I took a short rest. Got my hit points back.
Yeah. Did you take a ritual?
Yes, I took Tensor's floating disc for now.
Okay, right. Okay. So where do you want to go then, chaps? What we're going to do next?
I'd say Mark's, because that was the whole point of coming here. But
Okay,
well,
right.
But if we pass any on the way,
do them on the way.
Yeah, surely it's whatever
we'll
comes
have a look at
first.
Yeah, head toward
Okay.
Mark's, but if we encounter stuff on the way, deal with that.
Sure. What I'm going to do then, I'm just going to group your tokens together so I can just copy and paste.
Don't forget the dog.
Don't forget the dog.
Teleportation. Let's go.
Yeah.
Mass dimension door. Oh,
I think.
It's flesh down. He opens his mouth really wide and we climb through and reappear somewhere else.
Like cloak and dagger.
Right. Okay. What I'm going to do, because this is something that might be helpful on your map tools, Adam. If there's a legitimate route to where you want to go, you can click and drag.
Yeah.
If there isn't, then it messes up your map tools. So what I've done, I've just opened up here, and I've opened up here. Exothanta will tell you there's a statue here. It'll say avoid that because you'll be enthralled by it and you'll never be able to leave. But I've opened it up so you can get past.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is take you to. Hopefully this won't mess the map up. So you're down here. Yeah, happy with that? And the map is still intact.
I'm a little confused, but yeah.
Okay, so if I take Rokkr through. So as you start exploring, your step is a little bit lighter now. I'm guessing that you're still on guard just in case nasty things do come out at you. But this corridor in front of you here, A glazed amber covers the walls of this 20-foot wide, 70-foot long arched corridor. The amber doors at both ends of the hall stand open. A closed door in the middle of the east wall. So there. And then there's arrow slits on the west wall. There are cracks in the black marble floor that run the length. As you very briefly check the stability between you all, I'm not going to ask for a roll. It is stable. You are going to be able to walk across. So Exathanta was pointing you towards the north, but there is this door that you can. This is a normal door. This is a wooden iron door. If you wanted to explore there first, or do you want to carry on straight up?
I'm cool. Do we want to do this on the way or do it on the way back?
Always clear doors on the way.
Let's do it on the way.
Okie dokie.
If we all stand aside, I
Woof,
can
woof.
open it with a. I can try and open it with a cantrip.
Yep.
We just all stand out the way.
Okay, what I'll do then, hopefully this will work without... No, it doesn't want to do that. I think that's because of flesh, to be honest with you.
Stupid doggo.
Do one of our elven friends want to listen at the door first?
No, just open it. It's fine.
You've got elven friends?
Do one of the elven people with us want to... You were one of my friends from the before times. We came together.
Oh, that's cool.
Shady
What
motherfucker
colour
is an acquaintance. Oh,
it looks like somewhere, some form of altar or prayer kind of place.
no, it's a home cinema room. It's a theatre.
It does look like one, doesn't it? This chamber is brightly
That's
lit.
clearly a TV.
Oh, what's on?
It's
It's
just a
lost.
What we
aquarium
do in the
joke.
shadows.
This chamber is brightly lit by red copper lanterns that hang from the ceiling. The walls are sheathed in amber that has been shaped into bas-reliefs of wizards with spellbooks. Stairs to the north and south descend 20 feet into the obsidian lectern. Let's have
I want to see if anything's
perception.
on the lectern. I want to see if anything's on the lectern. But anyway, that's what we rolling.
Perception
Is that
check
everyone
first, please.
group
Everyone.
one.
Yes, please.
Perception.
What's up, Ted?
Nothing. I was just obsidian. It's always fun, isn't it?
I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
Dan can see his shiny sword.
Okay.
It's not
You,
shiny.
sort of who notices it? So Festa notices and then passes it around the group. I'm going to assume.
Do I notice it?
No, you don't notice your elbow.
I check. You never know. The DC could be 2.
But behind the lectern, you see on the floor a boot retract. Hide behind the lectern.
I'd fireball the lectern.
That seems
Okay.
a bit excessive.
Roll your damage.
No. See an actual boot like kind of pull back in as is like a boot that's attached to somebody,
Yes.
not just one on the floor that's moving.
A bit of string that someone's going.
Okay, I'll probably move as far as there and shout, "Come out!"
So from behind the lectern, if that's the lectern, you see this sort of head appear. The top of the scalp is burnt and singed, and
I didn't fireball him then.
it looks relatively new. But and this, as they poke their head out, they sort of look over you and say, "I mean you no harm. Please. I've been living off rats and other vermin. Please help me."
Everyone quiet. There's a voice.
What's your name, sir?
He'll say, I'm Vilnius. Let me
Sounds very
make him visible to you. So he's sort of, You'd peg him perhaps mid-30s, dressed as you might imagine a scholar, perhaps a wizard or a mage of some description to be dressed, with a clear burn running across his hair and the rest of his hair in disarray. He looks emaciated. He looks like he hasn't eaten and slept for a couple of days, good few days. And now that he's mentioned rats, you can see around the room there are sort of dead rats that he's clearly cooked and eaten.
At least
I
he's
have a
cooked them.
close
At least he's cooked them. Yeah.
At
I want
least
to try
he's
and have a close look
civilized.
at him to try and work out if he's an illusion and it's actually the demon.
Or demon.
The fucker that escaped.
Dick
Oh, right,
Fox.
Yeah.
He's forgetting it's a demon, not just a fox.
You can have another perception check then.
Oh, but it's
Dan.
investigation to see illusions.
Investigation, if you want.
I have a plus to that.
Okay,
Hey.
Oh, no matter.
10.
Who knows?
It does appear to be you're looking for obvious things. Are things moving when they shouldn't, or are things not moving when they should? And where his foot hits the floor, dust appears. When he puts his hand down, things shift and move. So it doesn't appear to be illusory at all. But on a 10, you're not entirely sure.
Pretty
Can I
confident.
ask him?
Real.
Okay. Right. Can I ask him why he's hidden in the cinema room?
As Fester starts to talk to you, you kind of notice two things. You notice around his neck is an amulet with a triangle, which Adam told me off isn't upside down. It's just a normal triangle. However, it's an upside down triangle on this.
So, like,
Again.
so the Superman crest.
Yeah, and and he'll say to you, "I came here with my master. That's my master's staff." Pointing to Fester's new staff of fire.
This dusty old thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Did you find that in the temple?
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, Eileen again.
We did.
No.
Well, it was outside the temple, wasn't it? Just before we went in.
I step in front of Fester and say no for him.
Okay, roll.
It's not that. I can't remember where I got it from.
You did. You found it. You found it in the temple.
I only got it recently.
It was in the room where the flame skulls were floating around. Were you wanting to? Are you doing that then, Dan? Do you want to?
I'm going. No, this was given to him by his father and his father's father.
So that's a deception check, unless you're trying to intimidate him into this. You choose.
With disadvantage for being blatant.
His father's
Is
father's
it with
father.
disadvantage?
No.
Wow.
I will go with. I definitely picked it up somewhere. I don't quite remember, but it does seem quite comfortable in my hands.
He'll say, well, put it this way. I've spent 30 years with my master. That notch there, that handhold there, the bit at the bottom is this scar here. That's my master's staff. Have you seen him? Is he? Because we were attacked by flying skulls, and I left him burning on the floor. I assume that.
How intriguing! Your father was his master.
So you left your master, and just you ran here as opposed to out of the area.
Couldn't get out. They were in front of us, and there was no other way out. There's a statue guardian to the north of here that I was.
Fireballs, yeah.
Every time I try and get out, he walks up and down the corridor. In fact, and now that he mentions it, you can hear this thud as.
It's something to mention earlier.
Well, it seems to be coming from the north, and you can tell it's getting closer and closer. And he'll say,
I run up the stairs and close the door.
okay.
Everyone else is outside still, done.
Get in and close the door.
Your dog won't fit.
Yes, it will. Squeeze.
Are you all
Squeeze
getting
flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell.
Yeah.
Squeeze flesh.
in? Okay. So what I'll say to you is then the golem itself. You managed to get in without a problem. Let me just cut it and paste it again. So you see this large amber golem walking up and down the corridor just as you get inside and shut the door, so it hasn't noticed you, and it looks as if it's patrolling past. And you hear the thud, thud, thud as it goes past. And Vilnius says, "Shh, be quiet, be quiet." And as it passes, he'll say to you, "It's been travelling backwards and forwards. I daren't leave. I ran in here in panic. But perhaps we can help each other. Perhaps we can.
So, is it on a regular pattern? The golem.
It spends most of his time in the north, just dormant. It's only when it hears a noise does it tend to become active and starts walking down. Out of interest, I don't suppose you saw my master's spell book while you were there. You did, and it was burnt.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We saw a lot of singed ashes, but some kind of clothing.
My
Guessing
master
that
needed
might
to
have
invest
been-
in an everlasting spellbook.
Okay, but perhaps with our powers combined, we could take this golem down, and then we could all escape together.
Are we about to summon Captain Planet?
Should we?
Oh, we should have asked the Lich about the control amulet for the golem.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Shall we?
We can go back in a bit. I think we've currently got a golem outside the door.
Hold
Right?
on, Dave.
Yeah.
A control amulet. That didn't happen to be a triangle that some might consider upside down, did it?
It might be, you know.
Okay, so he's got the control amulet. Cool. Light bulb. I put my sword above my head and pretend it's a light bulb.
Yeah.
The guy we've just found is wearing the amulet that controls the golem.
Can I just sit the guy down, offer him some food and a nice cup of tea?
Definitely, he becomes instantly addicted to English tea. I so want a cup of tea.
I'd make you one, Dave. I really would. But down the thing, you know.
Yeah. M6 A50.
Can I?
Too far.
Can I then ask him about his interesting necklace he appears to be wearing?
Okay. He will say, "Oh, this old thing. It came from my father's father."
Insight. Someone
Roll
more
it.
relevant.
Roll it.
Someone more relevant. Surely someone else wanted insight.
I frankly don't care. This discussion's happening while Garrett's just kind of looking around the room while you guys are interrogating this guy.
+5? Is that as good as it?
Interrogating. I'll have a go at insight. I think.
Go for it.
Yeah.
That's my lie. I mean, that's my truth.
Yeah. 22. How'd we feel
Yeah,
about that?
he rolled a 10. Yeah, it's utter bullshit.
Interesting. So you got it from the same place I got this stuff.
Looks like.
Yeah. I strongly
Once
suspect.
again,
What
would
do
you
you know?
care to tell me a bit more about it? And I might tell you about this mark at the bottom that appears to have matched the bruise on your head.
I think he'll say, "I think we both know what we're talking about."
Oh, no need for zone of truth then.
Oh, I'd come prepared.
But he will say, although I'm surprised you're showing an interest in it. I just thought it was a trinket. I just thought I was going to sell it. Do you know something that I need to know?
No, give me 10
Man's
gold for
obsessed
it.
with triangles. Anything he's an architecture, an engineer. Man cannot get enough of triangles.
This is true.
Bridges, apparently. Triangles. Who'd have thought? We've been using arches all these years in medieval times. Triangles apparently the way forward, this guy.
He'll say, interesting. Give me
How
a
much do you
moment.
want for it?
He turns to one side and he starts casting a spell, and you can tell most of you can cast it, so it's not nothing offensive. He is casting detect magic, and the amulet lights up. Well, detect magic would only work for him, so everything on you guys that you've got magic, and he sort of looks at the amulet, he looks at you, and goes, "Oh, and he's interesting," and then he secures it and then tucks it into his vest and makes sure it's nice and secure.
Did he need to cast that to find out that this light up sword is magic, or is that one quite obvious?
Imagine how shiny it looked.
Look at this mundane.
Lightsaber.
It turned off.
Pardon?
So,
Oh, ever since the Lich woke up, it's been on.
after that little sleight of hand, would you care to tell us any more about it?
Well, it is magic, but if you're not going to tell me any more about it, then I'll have to discover it by myself. But no, it's on the principle of finders keepers. I'm sure you gentlemen of your persuasion know what I'm talking about.
Shall I tell him? At least he'll be on side. He sounds like he's not a fiend, just a dodgy apprentice who's not to be trusted.
Dan?
Why do people keep asking secret questions out loud?
Blame Mark.
Yeah, I'll take responsibility.
I mean, we already checked, didn't we, to see if he was.
Anything else?
Knows we know.
No, we've already checked, and he is actually just a basic bod, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just a little singed and scrawny from.
Yeah, he's obviously
not enough rats. Sorry.
Yeah, I can say without doubt he's real.
Yep.
So yeah, you checked to see if it was an illusion, didn't you?
So he's real. He can obviously cast. He's an apprentice of another guy we found. So he's some form of mageling.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we don't know if he's
Technically, Jarek, he's not an apprentice because an apprentice needs
a master.
Beta.
But unless he was granted the rank of master, he's just nothing now.
Yeah.
No, he is on the council, but he has not been granted the rank of master.
He's on the council of himself at the moment. If he's hiding behind the altar.
In all fairness, if he's on his own, then he's fully in charge of himself.
Looking at him, I don't think he's fully
He's
in
the
charge
master now.
Is there a selection of rats formed in a semicircle around him as if they were a council?
I'm just going to move swiftly on, Ted. There's nothing else of note in here. You can tell that this is a centre of learning. Possibly there were lectures given at the front. It fits in with the rest of the place, but there's nothing else in here.
Okay.
At one point, the Lich had a tweed jacket with leather elbow patches, looking like the Lich.
Right, the fella knows that we know, so I'm not giving. Ask the rest of the point. Shall I tell him what it does? Open question.
No.
Okay, we'll leave.
I would say Jarek will be in the background, just kind of shaking head. Out of Jarek saying it, if we let him know what it is, there's a good chance he'll go down there and activate it, and then he becomes potentially more dangerous than he is if he's controlling a golem.
Yeah.
I think we should go back to the
original
offer of him wanting to work together.
Yeah, and at the moment he's probably more willing to work with us while he hasn't got a golem to back him up.
Yeah, in fact, we can say to him that if he doesn't exhibit any funny business, then we will tell him what it does. You know.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he's willing to help us and move alongside with us, we'll explain what it does later.
He'll say, "Yeah, no, listen, I can't get out by myself. I need you guys to get me out. So I'm on board. I'll play ball. Shall we go on then?"
This will be a 2 or a 3. Oh no.
No, he's frightened. He's exhausted. He wants to get out, and he needs your help to get out. When he's saying he's on board, you don't detect that he's up to any form of shenanigans. He just purely needs you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that then. That sounds like a.
So he'll say, do we need to take this golem down, or I mean, it will be back again. out is to the south. I recommend we go that way.
This isn't the one that's in front of us. It isn't the golem we found earlier, is it? It's a different one.
This is a different one.
Sadly, I have to tell you that we're going north.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to move it on, I'll not go through this whole thing. You convince him into it because you're all going, and you're his only way of escape. But he puts up a bit of a fight, and then eventually says, "Right, okay."
Would we know if the amulet he has would work? Would work on this golem? Is there any check someone could make?
No. These are different golems to the shield. It's a shield guardian that's downstairs. These are golems.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's different.
Right. Yeah, they were totally
We
different.
do probably need to deal with the patrolling golem regardless, though, because if we're going to be traipsing around,
Yeah, we don't want it following us around.
no,
do
we need to deal with it.
Okay.
Right.
Let's have some
Battle plan.
combat then. What do you want to do? Where do you want to set it up? Basically,
Kill the patrolum.
Obviously, we're going to wait for it so it's walking away from us. Clearly.
Yeah, and tweb it.
Its patrol route will go south from that room, across the corridor to the sealed door here, and then back and north. What it then does is it kind of powers down here.
Do I know if golems are particularly vulnerable to anything or resist
to
anything
So
particularly?
we're going back to the Panini sticker book, please, JMO.
Panini sticker book. Van Richten's guide is no use to you here. This is different. This would be
It's a construct, isn't it?
This would be an Arcana check.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's not got that one yet.
Can I give myself
So
a
Blanca,
D4?
what do you know?
17. I can add a D. I'll add my D4 anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
Well, 1.
obviously
18.
the guy that's been hiding from them, if he knows anything, like did his master tell him anything before they came into here?
Yeah, I'll get you. So we get an 18. So between Akxikas, your basic knowledge, Vilnius, and Casimir, you recall that they are totally immune to things like poison and psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Non-magical attacks, you're pretty sure won't do much to them. There's something in the back of your mind. What did you get? 18. Yeah. So non-magical attacks. They 18's pretty high, isn't it? They have they are resistant to most magic as well. They're magical constructs, so it's considered magic damage when they attack, and they slam for a great deal of damage. And they also have a kind of a breath weapon, this steam that emanates from them that can slow people.
Right. So we want the fighters to engage, and then the casters to hang back and tweb it.
Watch.
And
It's
can I
well,
check
no. What?
You class yourself as a melee fighter or
No.
stand back and caster?
I'm a stand back and caster.
Good.
Just clean that up.
Okay, so it's target one. Okay, no, this slow. Any creature that's relatively close to it that it can see, it can try and slow it down.
Right. That's not as bad as it could be.
Okay, so I'm quite happy for you to formulate your plans and set up what you want to do. Let me just give Vilnius a red, a blue. Well, my lads. So heals. And then we'll roll some dice.
Will it fit through the door into this room?
No. It's your best guess.
So you want to cheese it? You want to cheese it through the doorway?
How I used to do it on Baldur's Gate 2.
Just keep poking him.
Get the adamantium golem stuck in the doorway and then just pepper it to death.
You suspect that if you tried that, it'd be through the door without too much hesitation. It's only because
That's fine still. So it can
And
get
it's not being a video game.
it could go. It could go through physically, just collapse the door and destroy
Yeah,
it.
that's what I meant. It could get into the room. So do we want to
Yeah.
draw it in here? We've got maneuver space, or
And maybe we could teach it a
just
lesson.
retreat, can't we? Can we retreat the length of this corridor? Then there's a room behind that.
well, it's gone down here this way at the moment, hasn't it?
No, it's powered down at the north.
Oh, it's powered up there. Okay.
Yeah. So what
Well,
Vilnius is saying? Sorry, go on.
I was going to say the only other thing to consider is if we do lure it into here, we've got no exit strategy.
Yeah, well, I say we go for here. So we wait till its back's turned, so we get a free round, and then the hard guys engage it, and we'll try and take it down from behind, so to speak.
Oh, misses. So, I'll pick up a selection of rats, fire their tails, and throw them out of the door to try and create as much noise as possible.
Okay, so the golem activates again, and you hear as the golem is coming towards you. You're all still in the room.
Sorry, I've just got a picture of Jarek just watching Fester do this and just be like,
Tactics, dear.
just not stopping him because he doesn't understand.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on either.
Run past going, why is he doing that?
Oh, I thought you were going to go a little bit Beavis and Butthead.
Fire!
Oh.
Okay, so
I was going to stick my head out the door and go, oi, cunt!
That works.
Hey, God knows!
Hey, you big amber bastard over here.
Right, shall we hit it then?
Where are we all standing?
I thought we were going to wait till it was kind of.
Yeah, it's
We
going to
wanted
do
it
it
in the
room, doesn't
room,
it?
didn't we?
Right.
Were we trying to get it in the room?
I don't know anymore. I just want to hit something and go to bed.
Yeah, I can do my thing now. I thought we were going to
Fireball
wait
down.
till it was facing this direction.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, for fireball down and go to bed, that's a good night.
I've not had my laptop plugged in the whole time. Struggling.
Yeah, on a battery.
Right, hold on. Let me just take that down a little bit more. There it is. Right, so what's... Because you... I want to roll some dice in anger. So what both Casimir and Vilnius will say is what Akxikas is saying is it's as it's walking back up here to power down, as it's in this room, jump out and hit it. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so let's roll initiative. Stick yourselves where you want. So if you're all sort of stood right next to each other, it'll take you 5 feet to get into the corridor, and then you can move from there. Okay?
Yes.
Let's roll.
Oh, shit, initiative.
That's the best initiative I've rolled possibly ever.
I say we get out there and twat it.
I've got a solid 0.
I've
Interesting.
got 13, but not appeared on the thing.
Mine's not appeared, and I'm guessing it was lower than 0.
Hold up, yours is there, mate. You roll.
Flash
Crikey.
one, but it's at the bottom.
Right, so Vilnius, Nick
13,
rolled
I can't see it
13. No, it's all right, I'll pop you up. So add to initiative.
I don't know what
Rokkr
plus
actually
it's
got
giving
9.
my
not
wolf. I don't
minus.
think it's the right plus.
Set Nick's initiative as 9. Let me, because I'll tell you what always confuses me is these GM notes.
The wolf, Dave, should only be +1 to its initiative. I don't know what it's set up as, but I don't think it's +1. Unless you just want us to do it as whatever a dire wolf comes down as.
I think I set it. think I set it correctly,
That's what
mate.
I want.
It should be okay.
I
So
can't see what it's meant to be.
Right. Oh, for God's sake! Right, so the Amber Golem rolled really well, didn't it? But
Did I
Vilnius
roll?
was high. You only rolled a 9, Jim.
Is it
Akxikas is
shown on your screen? Because it's not on mine.
Yeah.
Show it does. It's the chat underneath. I saw it because there's got
We just
Yeah, this is a very weird order.
Jarek rolls 0, Fester rolls 15, Nick
Yeah,
rolls
no, I'll get
I
it. I'll
rolled
get
a
it.
1.
How did you roll 0?
-1 to
One
initiative.
minus one.
Must be.
Oh, classic.
I think Jim must have rolled nearly 1. if
I
not
rolled 1.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
I roll a
My
1, gets
o-
0.
My
He rolls a
other
1,
roll
gets
was a
9.
20. Two
So
sides
I've
of a
got-
dice today.
Also, it's
so
flesh first. So 15. Sorry, I'm.
Flesh gonna die.
I got 15 as well.
Flesh isn't going out.
Yeah, no. Flesh goes out and goes the other way down the corridor, so it chases him.
That's one tactic.
That does
Yeah.
sound like a plan.
It's a
I mean, I
sacrificial
don't think
dog
it
down,
moves that
heading down the
quickly.
corridor.
Ted, I'll give you the option of going before or after the Amber Golem, but it'll count for the whole combat.
Is Flesh going before me then?
Yes.
Flesh first.
Or are we trying to get
Radished.
the Golem to chase Flesh?
No, let's just hit it.
Yeah, but
Seems
I was thinking
awful.
more, it just draws the golem down towards us so it's not stood in the doorway and we can pile into it.
If we just stand there, won't it come after us through the door? I mean, I'm finding it whichever. Yeah, in fact, yeah, just.
Well, Dan, move. Flesh.
We'll get onto it in a
I'm
second. So
I'm thinking I go after the Golem, because if I go before the Golem, I'm going to go, all right, mate, do something. He's going to walk up to me and go,
Bash.
what?
Fair.
Right. Okay. So you're all happy. You know what you're doing on your turns. It's going to be Flesh first. What's Flesh doing then, Dan?
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
Does anyone need healing before he goes and potentially dies?
no.
Casimir. Oh, actually, I didn't spend Casimir's hit dice.
Oh, the new guy, doesn't he need some healing?
In terms of hit points, he's okay.
Okay.
He's rested.
It's just not in a great state.
Yeah. Okay, so Flesh.
So if no one needed healing, he'll just run off. If someone did need healing, he'll lick them on the way past and heal them.
That's not how you said he did it.
Yeah, he urinates on people. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. How far can it move? Let me see.
I can't imagine
was
the golem.
50.
He's not a dire wolf, he's a otherworldly steed.
It's a
Beg pardon.
Kitsune on Prairie.
Oh, it's still got 60-foot speed. So he's pissing off out that door, kind of looking at it, yelping, running through the door, and taking the dodge action.
Okay. That makes it Vilnius's turn. So he's
I've lost him.
he's at the back of the room. All he's going to do is move in and say, "Right, I'm ready. I've got you." He's looking as if he's stalling on purpose. He wants to make sure you guys. Well, he's stalling.
So I'm not walking out there if you guys don't.
Yeah.
Casimir meant to be in the room with us.
Yeah, very much so.
Bring him up to behind us then.
Okay.
Villainous.
That,
Vilnius.
unfortunately, is the Amber Golem's turn. I say unfortunately because I'm not going to give you a surprise round. So he's going to go 30 to there. From there, as he lumbers forwards, he's set in a position, and you can see now this is a fully 10-foot tall amber golem, and as it's moving forwards, both of his arms come up into a ready position. One cocks back, ready to punch. He's going to ready his action, which takes us to Fester.
So whoever runs up to him gets walloped.
In the face.
Oh, so the golem's done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fun times. You all whippy, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I suppose I shouldn't have expected him to have chased a strange dog down the thing, so he doesn't exactly move quickly.
He
does
kind of lumbered towards it. To be honest, I think that's probably as chase as a golem gets.
he? Yeah, I guess. Okay. I can move, cast, and then move again, can't I?
Yeah.
Hello. Come on. No. Stupid. Hold on. Let's get the right distance away from.
Walks out and goes, "Ah!"
It's high, yeah. Okay, so saunters into the corridor. Goes, fuck. I'll cast Earth Tremor at it.
Well, that is going to trigger his attack.
Ah, right. Even though I'm not.
Were
Right,
you?
it might have quite
Are
a
you sort of
range.
shimmying this way? Because you're right in front of him there, Ted. You could go that way and not trigger his attack.
Hang on, sorry, what?
Oh, which square's it in then? Is it right up to that edge?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,
It's
okay.
It's a huge creature.
it is
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that. Right. So I can be.
You'd have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
didn't
so-
realise it was
Close to that thing.
the full 4 squares. But still, yeah, let's try some Earth Tremor on it. Just because I've not used that.
Okay. Well, go on then. Take me through that. Then. What happened?
You cause a tremor in the ground within range. Each creature other than you. Range area 10 foot, so that might do those guys as well. Thinking about it. So maybe that isn't best. I was just thinking that it might get knocked prone, is all.
Okay. So what do I need to do?
Hang on, I'm just thinking if it's 10 foot, are the rest of the gang going to get hit as well?
But each of the squares on the map are 10 feet, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So if I was in this one, you're saying it wouldn't matter.
Does it go in a straight line or?
It just I keep having to switch between
Little wee.
tabs. That's all. Range area 10 foot.
If you do it on his left-hand
within
side,
range.
yeah.
Each creature other than, so you have to make a dex save.
This thing looks like it's got a good dex.
Rolls 12.
16 is what he needed. So 1d6 bludgeoning damage and is not prone. If the ground in that area is loose or stone, it becomes difficult terrain until cleared. So that might make it a bit difficult for other people. But
If it's not prone, that's helpful.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was going to try and set it on fire, obviously, but
First time
It's
you've
good.
not set something on fire and you knocked it over.
yeah. So sorry. 1d6.
Yeah. I'm just making sure it can be knocked prone, charmed, exhaustion, prone. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. He's prone. Okay. So he takes 3 damage.
Which I'm guessing he's reasonably impervious to.
He. Well. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's magic damage, isn't it? So yeah. No. He takes the damage. He doesn't manage to shrug it off, and he is prone. So as you cast your spell and he, chips fly off, the whole ground shakes as he hits the floor. The rest of your movement then, Ted?
Yeah, run away.
Yep. Nick's turn.
I'm going to come out and take his attack,
Sure.
which should be a disadvantage because he's on his arse.
It is. He
bites
rolls 20 with disadvantage.
Well, because that should last, I think I'll cast Shield.
Okay.
And get to a 24 AC until the start of my next turn.
Sure.
Is that
Then I'm going
all?
to come around behind him.
Yeah.
Is that behind him or one closer? Wherever I need to be.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to hit him.
With advantage?
Yes. It's not to hit with advantage. 16.
16 misses.
Second attack.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20.
Natural
Oh,
20.
I mean, I was going to do something different, but I suppose I'll smite. Because with playtest, that takes up my bonus action. So that's my bonus action. But I will second level. What type of smites have I got? Because we get one free one. What's that one do?
You can roll them all together though, Dan.
Yeah. Just seeing what different smite spells I have. It's just going to be a divine, just a normal second level divine.
Go for it.
It's not undead, fiend, or celestial, is it?
It's constructed.
So I have 2 d8s from the normal hit, and then 6 extras. So I've got 8 d8 plus 8.
It's a lot of dice on your screen.
So that is 57 damage. Radiant.
Yeah, that's solid chunk out of it. Anything else from you?
That's my action, bonus action, and reaction. And move. All done.
Okay. Mark, Akxikas is up. The golem has used its reaction.
Right, I'm going to
And he's also gone, oh, help, Vic, I've fallen.
Oh, fallen.
move back here.
Yeah.
I'm still well in range, aren't I? And I'll hex it.
Yep.
And double Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So first.
20 hits.
Right, so roll damage. Oh, bollocks. 6. Does that appear to do what I think it's supposed to do?
Yes.
Right, so force damage is okay. Next one. Oh, that misses.
15 misses. You just need to roll your hex damage as well, Mark.
Oh, yes. Massive paloogies.
And note, Dave, it's also got disadvantage on its next attack from my weapon mastery.
I assume that doesn't do as much damage as it ought to.
No, it does. It does. It's necrotic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's poison that it poison is psychic. So yeah, no, it takes damage. It has disadvantage on its attack. You say?
Its next attack, yeah, because of the sap weapon mastery that longswords have got.
Okay, gotcha. So Casimir is going to move to the back. He is just going to throw. He's seeing how successful you guys are, so he's just going to throw a firebolt, which is 19, which hits. So it will be. I've character sheet, no. So he does hit, and his cantrip damage will be 12. Which it takes. Next is Rokkr. Are you on mute, Jim?
Muted.
Can't hear anything.
I will be running away.
Gone and out the get the temple.
Can still see him from there.
Yeah.
Or is that
Your
Oh, sure.
sharpshooters. Yeah. Your sharpshooters.
cool? Yeah, I'm just been searching for other things that I can do, but pretty much just my stat. Oh, I can give him what you call it. I will cast. Where is it? Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark. Okay.
So,
Your concentrate. Akxikas is now concentrating as well. So you're concentrating. This is a fresh cast, Jim, because your other one would have gone by now. But
yeah. And then 18, does that hit?
18
Is
hits.
it advantage? Because if it is, he rolls 2 more dice.
Yeah, where you are, it's quite dark. Well, how close is Nick? Nick's right the other side, so there's no form of light near you, so you can have another roll with advantage. And don't forget, you get your advantage +1 as well.
Yeah, you get 2 more rolls because you roll triple advantage.
So if you now roll with advantage, that's... Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry. Triple of that. That turns out the first roll was the best.
Okay, damage. This is a normal arrow, isn't it?
It is a normal arrow, yeah.
Yep.
And then my...
Well, Jim, if I may, from the arrow explodes on it, causing it no damage at all.
Oof.
Alrighty then. Does the Hunter's Mark do anything?
No, because
Or
it's
is
the
that
same type of damage, I
from the
believe.
app? The same sort of
It adds the
damage.
damage on, yeah.
Right.
Spear. Could be spear time. You haven't got a magic, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my spear, but I have to be a bit closer to do that.
Yeah, too close for comfort.
And I've presumably used all of my...
Looking far away have you gone? All right.
You've got your scroll, actually.
quite a way away. I don't think there's anything I can do then this turn. How much?
Or the
movement?
spear, if that's what you were going to do.
Well, I guess that's me done then.
Okay. Oh, it's a shame, Jim. Jarek's turn.
So I will go wander out.
You know, there's no point.
I don't know
in
how much that was. I
debates.
clicked off too quick. Then
You're fine.
that's fine. Don't really think I'm going to do a lot this turn because I just want to see how we go. So I'm just literally going to take a swing at it with the axe.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if that hit or not. It's rolled under move. 22. Yeah.
22 hits. Yes.
It's a hill axe.
You could have rolled with advantage, actually, dude, because he's still prone.
Okay,
if you want
so
to
I'll
see if you do.
I'll roll again just in case. So it's
Yeah.
8 damage unless I get a crit. I don't. So it's 8 damage.
Okay, mate. Right. And you say that's it for you?
Well, I'm just going to step back one, so I'm not next to it because I'm well aware that Dan's shielded.
Sure. So top
All
of the
about
round,
you,
Flesh.
I'm the one that's meant to take the hits, but it's all about you.
It's
Flesh.
fine because your thing just
Flesh.
I can regenerate that, can't I?
Flesh.
is done.
Yeah. Vilnius now is going to take action, so he moves 5, 10, 25, 30. For some reason, Map Tools has taken my ability to what's it away, but he is going to firebolt. You know what? I'm just going to use Casimir's. So he throws a firebolt and totally misses. That takes us to the Golem, who is. You say he's at disadvantage anyway?
He has
on the
disadvantage
floor,
only on his first attack.
Okay,
on his next attack.
gotcha. So he's going to stand. He's got a choice. Were you backing away from out of combat range
Yeah.
with Jarek? Yeah.
I
Okay.
wanted to melee range, yeah.
Okay. He's going to spin around towards Nick. First attack at disadvantage. Oh no. Hold on. Let me just see. Yeah. First attack at disadvantage against Nick. Rolls 24 to hit.
That's exactly my AC, so he's through.
14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Second attack is normal. Rolls 18.
Yes.
Yeah, because the shield's still up, isn't it? Till the start of your next turn. Let me just double check. I think that's his turn. Yeah, that's his turn. It takes us to Fester. Yeah, you've got this guy, I reckon.
Just because I think there's too many people around him now for me to knock him on his arse again.
He stood right above Nick.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Jarek's backed off.
Yeah, so that would mean me going up. I've got 10-foot range, so I could. No, 'cause I think if I went there and cast it there again.
Okay. So dex save.
That's not getting anyone else, though, is it?
No, that's fine, mate. Rolls 5.
Okay, so let me go back to. So that's it. Yeah, it was just a level 1 again because.
Okay.
Hey, have a damage and fall over, you little bitch.
Nick's turn. He's on the floor again.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Do I not get a bonus action at all? Or is
Yeah.
moving
Can you
and
do anything?
casting done? Well, I can ready some magic balls.
Okay, Nick's turn.
I will attack him with advantage. I'm going to Hexblades curse him. Bonus action.
Okay.
I think, do I? What do we I don't think he's really got that many turns left, so no, I'm just going to hit him.
Okay.
I'm really not anticipating he's got that many turns left in him.
I'm hoping so because I'm going to go pee.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
Will hit for 11.
Yep.
Second attack with advantage. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Hit 14 damage.
Ooh. Nice. Chunks of this thing are flying off.
Pretty bad, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put a spell slot or anything into him.
Okay.
Bonus action. I'll lay on hands myself as a bonus action for 10 points.
Healing combat.
Yeah.
Akxikas.
Right, I'll just double Chozzer him again.
Eldritch PP.
Yeah, that's the fella. So first one missed. Second one missed. Oh no, does that miss?
17 just hits.
I shall roll some damage. Eldritch Blast. Oh, you're kidding me. And a D6 for which I should have done at the same time.
9. Casimir, Firebolt. He's going to miss. Is that Jim? Is there anything that you can do, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to go charging forwards like a madman.
Go on then.
Possessed.
Come on, Jim.
I am going to. What am I
Just
going
gonna
to
celebrate Kwanzaa quickly. I think.
do?
Okay.
Right, I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike
Yeah.
and go
Hunter's Mark drop.
charging forwards.
Is that a concentration?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gets rid of Mark.
Oh, so it takes off
Hunter's
Hunter's
Mark.
Mark. So let's say no, we'll just leave Hunter's Mark on her. So, and I will attack him with my spear.
Come on, Jim.
With,
With triple advantage because you're a.
well, it won't be, it'll be in your light now, won't it?
Yeah, it'll be.
But it's prone. But it's prone, so he's got advantage.
Yeah,
Oh, is
it
it back
will
on
be
the phone?
advantage because it's prone, but
Triple advantage
Why triple?
Because it's
because
prone.
you've got the elvish accuracy feat.
So
Well,
when
that
you
was
get
just shooting.
Whenever you have advantage on an attack, you roll 3 dice instead of 2.
it doesn't matter where the advantage comes from.
It's just if you have an attack with dexterity, charisma, intelligence, or wisdom with advantage, you re-roll the lowest dice. So you effectively roll 3 d20s and pick the highest.
Cool. So 18's hit, but you need to roll another one, see if you crit. No, 18 hits, so it's your damage plus Hunter's Mark.
Plus Hunter's Mark, which is a D6, isn't it?
Seven.
Or your next attack, JMO. Aren't the spears versatile? So I think on a spear you have 1d6 plus something, and then underneath
It's
it 1d8 plus
versatile.
something.
It is
That's
versatile.
one hand or two hand. So if you have nothing in your other hand, you can use the 1d8 dice instead of the 1d6 because that's two-handed.
If you had a shield, you'd be stuck with 1d6.
I was wondering what that was. I was thinking it was if I threw it, it would do
No,
more
one hand,
damage.
two hand.
Good theory, but yeah.
Come on, Jim.
Right. So second attack, have I still got my triple?
Yes.
Do it.
Do it now.
24
Yeah.
hits.
No, okay.
Okay, so versatile damage plus your.
Nice. That's better damage than I did last go. What's it, Mark? Another 4.
14.
How does it look when Rokkr runs forwards with his blood spear and kills the golem?
Ah. Awesome.
Does the blood spear do anything when you kill someone with it?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does. I get 2d6 hit points.
Okay.
So it literally, as I smash the spear through its skull, it shatters into a million pieces of amber, ricocheting off everything and creating an incredible light show.
Oh my eye.
Nice. Just double check for me, Jim, because it was a construct. Just double check that you do get your temporary hit points from the blood spear from things that don't bleed, because I'm not entirely sure.
Whilst he's checking, it's not mattered this fight. But if you're getting a +2 from the spear, does that mean it's a strength weapon, not a dexterity weapon?
Yeah.
In which case, he won't get triple dice because it's dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. It's specifically elvish accuracy, is not strength attacks.
Okay.
So it's not mattered in this because he's hit
But
with
it's
the
a
first 2
verse.
dice.
Isn't it? What's it? Weapon?
It's versatile. It's not.
You'll use the strength score to attack.
Yeah. What is it? Finesse
Finesse.
is when you can choose dex. It's not finesse. It's versatile.
So it doesn't say anything about the type of enemy. It just says melee attack using this magic spear and reduce the target to 0 hit points. You gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Right. Roll your 2d6 temporary hit points.
And that take me above.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if you
Alright.
click, you'll see temporary hit points is a separate thing. It's like a little bubble around yourself. What I'm going to do then, chaps, I'm going to take you
11. Nice.
because we're almost at finish time now, aren't we? So
Yeah.
I'm going to take you up here and round. So on the platform, you overlook this open area and the cowled figure that's still in darkness. This is where Jarek collapsed through the floor on the opposite side. This one's still okay. So I'm just going to take your Nick's your token down. Just going to take Nik up to here. Exithanta showed you where the secret door is, which I will reveal to you. Change that to object. Open the door. I know I'm sort of rushing ahead. I just want to get to a point where it's convenient to leave. So down the steps, I'm just going to map that for you, and that takes you downstairs, where I can collect all of your tokens.
Token.
Probably slightly one at a time. So. Not quite. Right, and I'm gonna that's near enough, I guess. Yeah. And we just need Vilnius. Oh, son of a. Right, he won't be in the front, but it looks like he is there. Are you all on the lower floor, lower level?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
how do we get to that again?
Top right,
Select map. You're in this bit here. You've gone round the corner.
Sorry,
this is the collapse. That's an amber room. That's
yeah. So obviously
That-
that's where the corridor used to connect through there.
Yeah.
You got it, mate. You got it. 33.
In all the years he's been here, has the Lich never considered to hire a builder just to fix this?
As you start coming down the stairs here, there's an incredible smell. It absolutely reeks coming from this chamber
I
here.
was hoping it was a good smell.
And as you all start to, because I'm going to assume here that it would be Jarek and Nik taking the lead. Would that be reasonable to assume?
Before we go forward, asking, do we want the light on or off? I mean, we're not
Well,
exactly quiet because we're clunking at the front. But
Yeah, there's no point. We're not going to be quiet coming downstairs, Dan. I wouldn't worry about the light.
No, we'll just fight.
the light
stuff.
is on.
Yeah, the light is on. So from out of the room, a series of ghasts run to attack. So we're going to finish the session by rolling initiative on this last time, and then I'm going to save the map.
Pushing the elves to the front.
Yeah. 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 Anyone that's an elf, me and Dan are walking away from this.
Unexpected error.
Yeah,
Ignore
that
that.
was,
Initiative.
just to close it. If it does it again, just close it again. I'll go as slow as I can.
I think you'll find I've gone as slow as I can.
I seem to be doing rather well.
Yeah, you do.
It's a good job we've got the meat shields at the front.
It'll be fine.
I've got 25.
Question, Dave, did we find out in terms of ghasts doing the poisony thing? Is it ghasts that paralyze?
Yeah.
Yes, elves are immune.
Half elves?
No.
And we're not fully doing the play test.
You've had a no in both campaigns on this one then.
Although we're not doing the play test race, are we? Whereas if you did, the way they do half elf now, they don't exist. You say you're a half something, but you choose which stat block you use.
Right, guys, I'm going to have to shoot off.
Yeah, I'm very tired as well.
No, Dan, you can
No
on the
worries.
front line.
been a very pleasant evening, thanks, guys. And I
Well,
shall-
you got things done, so yeah. Oh, everyone all right? 10th of November, or shall I just send it on the text? You know what? I'll send it on the text because you're all tired and you need to go.
Yeah, guys.
You've definitely just said level up. You didn't
Right,
use those words.
let me turn this off there.